And she's like, oh, Massimo, do you mind helping me get up? I'm like, of course I have to help an old lady get up, but your hands are filled up with barbecue.
That story's helping me get up. Okay.
Lanny Farmer, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll beg anyone to laugh. Why do you have human trafficking as a bullet point?
So our plans for later.
Oh, okay.
But,
I told you not to write it down. Like, you can't say that in public. He's like, can I write it down? I said, you can't write it down. There's some people who are against releasing the Epstein Files. There's some people. What do they look like?
Transparent glasses, maybe? I don't know. But I'm sure they could be.
There's something very non-transparent about transparent glasses.
Someone paid me with Zelle one time, and it just went right into my bank account. I have no idea where the money came from. Like, how did it get there? How did she know?
How much was it?
Like $3. It wasn't a lot of money.
That's not too exciting.
I just did comedy somewhere, and
it's like an hour of
they
comedy.
owed me $3. Yeah.
$3.
The Underdawgs podcast. We're Dos Palmas here introducing the Underdawgs podcast. I'm Massimo Bellew.
I am Bex Biggar.
And today we got one of the funniest people in Athens, Lanny Farmer, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on up here, Lanny.
Lanny, you said my introduction for you was a little bit embarrassing, but you just told me you had a comedy show in a church. How is that not embarrassing?
They didn't let me do the whole show. They asked me to leave halfway through my set, so it was fine.
Mm-hmm. So, Lanny, you've been doing stand-up comedy here in Athens, the majority of it, for how long would you say?
I've been doing it for 13 years now.
13 years,
and,
wow.
Still here, and haven't got any better at it. So here we are.
Lanny, what makes a bad comedy show? Like a show that you're done, you're like, man, I wish I stayed at home scrolling on my reels.
Usually the first sign of a bad comedy show is they've booked me on it. That's number one. No, it's just... It's a bad comedy show if there are not many people there to watch. You know, you have to have the energy of a crowd, I think, to have a good comedy show.
Do you ever go at the crowd? You know, when the crowd is not responding, I see some comedians just insulting the crowd. Is that something that works?
I mean, if there are only 3 people there, you don't really want to insult anybody because then they're going to leave and then you got nobody. So I find it best not to insult the crowd that paid money to be there.
Yeah, or they do a 3v1 against you, and that's not a win anyways.
You don't want that.
Alternatively, if you don't want to insult them, I hear that like begging them for laughs also is a good approach.
I do that all the time.
it's
I'll beg anyone to laugh.
I think a really good line that I like to use if I'm at like an open mic, for instance, is like, if you guys don't laugh, I will kill myself. And that usually gets like a chuckle.
That gets the pity laugh, because they really think you're... I've seen you attempt suicide before.
Yeah.
So I know you're serious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the open mic game is it's like that, people. It is like that. It's a grind, and it is not rewarding. But Lanny, how many? You've been doing stand-up for 13 years. How many open mics would you say you've done? Rough estimate. I know comedians, this could be in the tens of thousands, and I'm sure for you it's way up there.
It's probably over 1,000, I would hope. Mm-hmm. I would say probably over 1,000.
And I mean, I don't know how much context I can really give for open mics. Lanny and I have each done a bunch of them. But would you say that they're all equally terrible, or do some kind of rise up above? Because, we've done stand-up in Waffle House parking lots, Mexican restaurants, game bars, gay bars, everywhere.
Well, I don't know about that.
I just said gay bars twice.
I've never been to that one. That's new open mic.
That's the one I go to.
What was the question? You distracted me with the gay bar thing.
I would say,
Why are we not doing this show in a gay bar?
That's a good point. I'd love to be there.
Yeah. The question was about open mics, kind of, are they all equally terrible?
Oh, no. I think it just depends. Sometimes you have a crowd there, sometimes you don't. One of the best open mics we have here in Athens is Open Toad at Flickr. It's Tuesday at 9 p.m. if you want to come. I host that show. That's a shameless plug. Please come. We need people support comedy.
It's very important and very notable that he said we need people to support, because that show is always packed and no one is supporting. That is a very important distinction.
It is a room full of people that just stare at you and don't want to laugh at anything.
It is truly incredible. I've had some of the worst bombs of my life in that room, and I've seen some of the worst bombs of my life in that room.
I think we all have. That's a good character building show. It really does. It builds a lot of character, and really helps you wonder why we're doing this.
And you host that show, so in a way you're kind of like the Grim Reaper, ushering people.
Yeah, I really usher people to their doom. It's it can be bad sometimes.
So you talked about character building, okay? And I want to bring it back to UGA because this is a UGA podcast. Mm-hmm. Was there some character building in the dude who got hit from the bus at UGA? Did you see that? There's a dude who got hit from the bus, and there's some people who are cheering for the bus and some people who are cheering for the dude. Who are you standing with?
He got hit by a bus?
Yeah.
This is very recently. This week, a UGA student got hit by a bus.
Was he in the road?
The Red and Black decided not to allow for that piece of information to come out.
Oh, well, that's like the most important piece of information you need. If he was in the road, I'm pro bus. Right?
I mean, well, I don't know if it's that black and white. I mean,
okay.
I don't know. I think I'm pro bus too. I agree. Although to be fair, every time I cross the street, I feel like I could be hit by a bus. So in a way, I empathize with the student.
But I feel it would be hypocritical to just side with humans when it's you, and you gotta stand by the bus every time if you pick the bus once.
Yeah.
So
right.
Red and Black makes the title. Bus hits human. Which I think, they're trying to frame it as the buses are going at people. It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's not like that. There's people who interact with buses and they get hit really hard.
Was there alcohol involved?
No.
Oh. The guy lived.
The bus
right?
didn't drink. No.
The guy lived? I don't know. I didn't hear about that story. It really depends. If he's in the crosswalk, then that's on the bus. But if you're just out in the street, I would think the bus is probably they can't get in trouble for that.
If I were the bus driver, I would hit a few people on purpose every year. I really would. I'd get so sick of because they get screwed over by the. And I'm a pedestrian too. I don't have a car, but when I cross the street, I do it recklessly. If I was a bus driver, I would not like that at all.
I feel bad that you didn't hear about this news and we're calling you in to bring an opinion about it.
Look,
did you hear about the news of Sanford testing urines for people as they're coming in the stadium?
They're testing people's urine as they come in the stadium?
Yeah.
What for?
I don't know. I read the title.
Why are they testing people's urine?
I don't know. We saw it in the news. Do you read every article you see? No, you read the headline.
I'd like to know what they're testing them for. I mean, they're testing people that come to watch the game or the players?
Anybody who wants to access the stadium. They just test your urines.
Interesting. I don't know.
How do you feel about that from an ethical perspective?
Well, I've got a shy bladder, so I don't know if I'd be able to donate to the cause. I don't think I'd be for that. I don't think I would like that. I wouldn't participate.
I think the story Massimo is referring to is, you ever hear of the news outlet known as the arch nemesis, the Athens arch nemesis?
I think I've heard of that, yes.
It's this very real, very accurate, very trustworthy news site that Underdawgs studies very closely before we do our shows, and that's where we get all of our information.
So that's probably not true then, right?
We endorse whatever arch nemesis says.
Okay. That's fine. I support them as well.
We are an arch nemesis podcast.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, obviously you accepted your invitation to be on the podcast.
I did.
A couple weeks ago, we very publicly and maybe controversially endorsed Andrew Cuomo for governor of New York, or mayor of New York City. How do you think that's going to reflect on your character?
On me?
What question? I wouldn't know how to answer that.
I don't think it reflects.
Did you actually spend time writing this question down?
No, that's a very real, very off the dome concern.
I don't feel like that reflects on me at all. Mm-hmm. I'm very pro voting.
You're pro Mamdani.
I said I believe in the right to vote. for whoever you want.
Whatever you say, Lanny. Whatever you say.
Okay, so since we're talking about like pro or against, are you pro or against the release of the Epstein Files, for example?
I would say I'm pro that. I would like
because there's a lot of people who are
see it
against
released. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see them released just to make sure I'm not on there. Yeah. But yeah, I think that would be a good thing to do. We've been talking about it for a while. I think it'd be a good thing to do. That's my controversial opinion on that. You're welcome.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly reasonable. The government shutdown ended today. I think that means. I'll be honest, I didn't notice the whole time.
I didn't know. Yeah, I really didn't know that it had shut down.
I did not notice.
About a week ago.
Yeah.
And then they were like, this is the longest running government shutdown we've had. 43 days, I think that's what they said, which is a pretty long time.
The only reason why I know is because I needed to go back to Italy and I needed to get a domestic flight to New York. But and I have a weird relationship with New York because last time I was in the subway, I just get in and I'm getting this flight at 6 in the morning. So I'm in the New York subway at around 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm sitting down on the bench waiting for the train, and there's just this big dude on a tank top who goes to the gym 5 times a day staring at me with a dead stare. And then there's another really skinny Latin guy who's like running around me for about 30 minutes because I had to wait 30 minutes with this dude staring at me and this other dude running around me. And then I get on the train, and then I get off of it, and I start talking to this guy, and he seems like a normal dude. I'm like, yeah, I don't really feel comfortable with the New York subway at this time of the day. He goes, oh, you don't look like the type of guy they
smell blood in the water when you say that. When you tell someone on the New York subway, I don't feel comfortable, that's when they start going after you.
He said you don't look like the type of guy they would set on fire.
That's a compliment, I think. That's what you want to hear.
What does the guy who would be set on fire in the New York subway look like?
Me? Yeah, I'd get set on fire, probably. They'd kill me immediately. But I don't know.
You ever do stand-up in New York?
I've never been to New York.
Really?
No, I've never been. It's on the bucket list to get up there, do some shows. But I've never been. I'm waiting for it to...
Waiting for Cuomo to come back.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm waiting. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, before it gets up there. Yeah, I wonder if like the buff guy on the train and the student who got hit by the bus, what they would talk about. Probably their hatred of public transit, I would imagine.
No, he was a big supporter. He was a big supporter.
Oh, yeah, he was a big fan.
It just was awkward. The conversation with him was awkward. And I'm sure this happens to... people, students, whoever. It happens to everybody. I just came out of the bathroom and I washed my hands. My hands were still wet, and we shook hands as my hands were still wet.
That's the worst. I hate that.
That's interesting because if you shake hands with someone and their hands are wet, does that mean their hands are more clean? Because they just washed them. Or is it like ew? Because the reaction's ew.
If you're in New York on the train... You can assume they've peed on their hands as well.
Yeah. And
so it could go either way, really.
Where do you go on from there in a relationship? Like, is there an opportunity to build a relationship if we started with a wet handshake?
I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was being cued in for that.
Oh, I didn't know if you were
never
asking
mind. I'm
both
just gonna
of us.
leave. You guys do the show.
No, I don't think I could
cares.
form.
It's like only 3 people talking here, and you guys are not listening to.
I don't think I could form a relationship with anyone with a wet hand.
I just think you shake someone's hand once. I mean, how often are you shaking someone's hand multiple times?
Yeah. That's a bad first impression if the hand is wet.
Yeah, that's a bad first impression. So then you probably don't shake their hand again. And then how many people are you meeting where you're introducing yourself to them?
I always hate when you meet someone and you kiss them and their lips are wet. That's what I hate.
Yeah.
The first time you kiss them and their lips are wet. Mm-hmm. I don't like that.
Especially if it's on the New York subway.
I don't like that at all.
Why would their lips be wet?
Why would their hands be wet? I don't know. No. Go ahead. Next question. Go ahead.
We can skip it.
Okay.
Skip it. I think it's fair.
Okay, so this is actually something that happened to me. I go out with this girl, probably the prettiest girl I've ever been out with. and I played the card of I'm gonna pay because I'm a gentleman and I like to pay for a girl when we go out.
Yeah.
I was paying for a coffee.
That's a rookie mistake
We decided to go for a coffee. I thought, you get to meet a girl, you want to take it easy at the beginning. A coffee, get that caffeine boost going a little bit, huh? Mm-hmm. Get a little energized. And I go to pay, and my card declined on a $5 coffee.
Yeah, happens to the best of us.
Would you rather, have a girl, the person you're kissing, their lips are wet, or the person you're planning on kissing, their card gets declined?
I don't know about that one. I feel like, but in that scenario, I'm the one paying as well. So, I don't know on that one. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, I think the card declined thing is relatable to me as well. And it's almost when it's on such a small purchase like a coffee, you gotta just play it off. You gotta think of something really, really good to say in that.
Also, I was wondering if your lips, do they ever get wet in winter season or fall season? More like fall season.
Do they get wet?
Yeah.
They get chapped. Chapped lips, I think, is in the cold season. I feel
I'm just trying to figure out what human being has natural wet lips.
I don't know.
Well, why do we have you on then?
I don't know.
That's the thesis.
Main question of
that's
the show.
Thesis of the podcast. We're trying to find which human has natural wet lips, and we haven't gotten there yet. Are you on LinkedIn?
I am on Unfortunately, I'm on LinkedIn.
I have stand-up comedian as one of my LinkedIn experiences.
You gotta take
that
off.
Every week I'll get an email from them that's like, good news, there's a 100% decrease in stand-up comedian jobs available. I'm like, that's just like last week. Great.
You got to take
Didn't
that
get
off.
worse.
The worst is when you go in for a job interview and they found your comedy. And they're showing you your reels and they're like, this is why we're not hiring you. It's like,
do you have a joke you did in the past that you'd be like, that probably wouldn't let me get a job? You're thinking about it.
Probably a few. I did get hired one time because they did see my comedy and I was doing social media marketing and they liked my comedy. So
do you have any fun LinkedIn stories, Massimo?
I don't know. To me, I don't really have any LinkedIn stories. I had a girl the other day tell me happy birthday on LinkedIn. I thought that was funny. Like a girl I actually know.
Yeah.
She was my roommate's ex-girlfriend. She is my roommate's ex. She's still alive. And then she just texted me on LinkedIn, happy birthday, miss you. Why? Why LinkedIn?
It's more professional, I guess. I don't know. It's more formal. Isn't that's kind of the idea, right? It's like a very formal social media platform.
Yeah.
I have the same people every year congratulate me on my job anniversary. I feel like that's kind of a weird thing. It's a weird. Don't be that person.
Yeah. Congratulations at 3 months.
Yeah. Congratulations on your 1 year at being a loser. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And then people post too much on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
There's some people who overshare about their life on LinkedIn. There's somebody who's in Terry. The other day I saw this LinkedIn post where they're talking about this ultimate frisbee tournament they won.
Yeah. That's not. I agree. That's not LinkedIn worthy.
Also, fun fact: if you play ultimate frisbee, you're kind of a loser.
I've played ultimate frisbee. I'm not. Yeah, maybe they're onto something there. I have played ultimate frisbee. It's pretty fun. There are some some
people who play ultimate frisbee usually have sneakers, and they're the type of people that wear long socks but short. You know what I'm saying? Long socks but short. Mm-hmm. And they wear transparent glasses.
And they post about it on LinkedIn. Yeah. Transparent glasses. Yeah, that's exactly right. I have played ultimate. I've played ultimate frisbee before.
You played?
I played a little bit. It's one of those games. I always think Jewish moms don't really, do contact sports that well. So you do a lot of soccer, a lot of ultimate frisbee, that kind of stuff. But one more thought on LinkedIn before we move off of it. What do you think about the open to work? You can put that on your banner. I know if I was a hiring manager, I would never hire anyone who has an open to work thing. That's so desperate.
It does.
You know what I'm talking about? Pick me. I'm open. It's what are you open to? Everything.
Anything at all.
Anything and everything.
Just need a paycheck.
I mean, open to work. Yeah, I mean, you are trying. It's like, I hate to say this, but people who want something too much, they don't get it.
Right.
Like, you need to act like uninterested. Mm-hmm. Like with a girl, right? You can't act like you're too into her. You just have to act like cool.
Yeah.
You act cool. Same thing for a job. You need to like seduce your employer.
Yes. My friend Lanny opened for Ratatouille's voice actor.
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt was Ratatouille's voice. And Lanny opened for him.
Yeah.
That was at Morton Theater?
The 40 watt.
The 40 watt.
I had to tell my parents, I was like, the guy from King of Queens, and then they got really excited because they knew immediately who he was. Mm-hmm. So it was very exciting.
It is. No, it's big. No, it's huge. It was your big break.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot since. Been killing it. I haven't done a single show since then. But go ahead.
I mean, I don't really know where we go from here. That was kind of sad.
Yeah,
See, normally we're the ones asking the questions. Do you have any questions for us, maybe, as we kind of wind this thing down?
Why do you have human trafficking as a bullet point?
So our plans for later.
Oh, okay.
But,
I told you not to write it down.
we cover
insane.
all sorts of subjects.
He's been saying it on repeat. I'm like, you can't say that in public. He's like, can I write it down? I said, you can't write it down.
We really, like what Massimo was saying, we cover all sorts of subjects here on Underdawgs podcast.
I was just curious.
We are always prepared.
We try to bring valuable information into the conversation, and Bex wanted to talk about human trafficking.
Well, I did, but now I'm concerned you did not want to talk about it.
No,
we're very open with our distaste of human trafficking.
I think it's wrong. We need to raise awareness, raise money to stop it.
I think one of my favorite jokes.
Release the Epstein list, right?
Yes.
That's where I stand.
One of my favorite jokes I ever wrote. You guys can tell me if this is funny.
Also, before you get into that, sorry,
Sure.
I really there's some people who are against releasing the Epstein Files. There's some people. What do they look like?
Transparent glasses, maybe? I don't know. But I'm sure they could be.
There's something very non-transparent about transparent glasses.
Interesting.
Yes.
I don't know. I suppose you wouldn't want to release them if you were on them, or if you were just trying to make people think you were on them, like a bluff, like a bluff in poker.
Yeah.
So what were you saying?
Want to hear the human trafficking joke? It's very simple. It'd just be like some guys. He's being human trafficked, and he'd be like, "Get me out of here!" And that's the joke.
That's a good. Yeah. I like that.
He wouldn't say that. He'd be like,
he wasn't listening. He was just trying to find other weird words in your paper.
Feel free to look over the one sheet and read any off that you want to cover.
Too many different payment apps. I agree with that.
Yeah, we can talk about that real quick. Which one do you? So we're talking about how there's too many different payment apps. Which one do you use?
I use Venmo. It's the only one I use.
We should all use Venmo.
Yeah.
Venmo
give us money.
I had a guy outside of the mall the other day. He was trying to give people his demo, his music demo, and he gave it to me. He's like, "Oh, listen to it. I'm an up and coming artist." I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll listen to it." And then he's like, "Do you have Cash App?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Do you have Venmo?" I'm like, "No." And he went through the whole list. I'm like, "I'm listening to your music. Like that's the end of the transaction here." I was like, "What if it's not good?" And I gave you $5.
As a student, I feel that all my buddies use the fact that they have a different payment app to not pay me back for the $5 I gave them.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
I'm sorry, man. I don't have Venmo. I only have whatever else.
Yeah.
And they know what I don't have, and they always say that.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
There's too many.
It's too much.
We need to settle on one universal payment app.
The only time people ever offered me cash back was when I was in Europe and cash didn't work.
Really?
Like if we bought something, they'd be like, I don't have any euros right now, but can I give you USD? And I'm like, no, not now. That will not do. That will not do over here. No, I mean it's very frustrating with all the different Venmo, Apple Pay is one. I don't even know if it's possible to use that. I have, my Apple Pay I just get sent stuff and then it stays there.
Someone paid me with Zelle one time and it just went right into my bank account. I have no idea where the money came from. How did it get there? How did she know?
How much was it?
like $3. It wasn't a lot of money.
That's not too exciting.
I just did comedy somewhere, and
it's like an hour of
they
comedy.
owed me $3. Yeah,
$3.
they felt bad.
Yeah, what's some advice you'd give to somebody who does comedy and they're struggling to get some laughs?
Well,
Like a UGA student who's trying to do their first steps in comedy.
I would say it takes time. You gotta work hard at it and write some jokes. That's the first thing I would tell them is write some. Some people just get up there and they start yapping. I wouldn't recommend that. Maybe write some jokes and run them by your friends. Don't get up on stage not having run your jokes by anybody. And
I think that's good advice.
I think that's all. Keep.
Here's a good question.
In 13 years, you'll be on a podcast in Dos Palmas Mexican restaurant.
This will be a good
Brought
one
to you by Dos Palmas. Mexican
thank you. Shout out Dos Palmas. Lanny, have you ever had anyone steal your jokes or that someone's suspicious? This is the #1 biggest taboo in stand-up comedy: joke theft.
I did have a lady get very close to one of my jokes. And, I think she's doing really well now. I think she's doing a lot better in her career than me. But she did have a joke very similar to mine. Not bitter about it because it's fine.
Well, you don't have to say the joke, but what was the joke about?
It was about my grandmother being a bad grandmother. Yeah.
And in the joke she stole, she was like Lenny's grandmother.
No. Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute.
She said my name. She talked bad about my grandma. I'm still very bitter about it. No, I don't know.
Grandmas are kind of like, they're wise and they give you great advice, but sometimes they're kind of scary.
I think that's because you have an Italian grandmother.
No, I'm talking about the American one.
Okay.
Like one time we went out and, what's up?
You set up the schedule? I'm going to start making a schedule from now on.
What are you going to start doing?
I'm doing your schedule from now on.
You're going to schedule?
I'm doing your schedule.
You're doing my schedule? You don't like the guy we have? You want somebody else?
No, I'm doing your schedule.
What do you mean my schedule? I don't know what that means.
I don't understand. What schedule?
No, I'm doing your time, when, where,
Uh-huh.
when you show up, when you want to be your assistant. I'm doing your schedule.
Okay, yeah. How much do you want to be paid? Sorry. He'd be the first one in the crew.
Yeah.
Underdawgs jokes.
Let me ask my man right here.
Okay, yeah, he gets a lot of money. Be careful to him. He's very dangerous.
We set him up last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
He wasn't here.
Anyways, going back to my grandma.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something about my grandma. See ya, man. I'll tell you something about my grandma. She's kind of scary sometimes, especially when she eats. And my grandfather one time told me there's nothing more disgusting than looking at human beings while they eat. And I never figured that out because I don't think it's that disgusting until I saw my grandmother eat pulled barbecue. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. So she's telling me about, first of all, she got a vodka martini with a olive in it. One was enough to send her out of this universe. And then at one point, she's so drunk, she decided to get some pulled pork. Like she grabbed it with her hand and it was shaking like this. And then she puts it around here and she starts making out with, I don't know why she did, why do you get your tongue out like that? Yeah. She starts making out with the pulled, and it goes kind of all over her face. And and she's wearing a white shirt, and the pulled barbecue goes all over her white shirt. And she's like, "Oh, Massimo, do you mind helping me get up?" I'm like, "Of course I have to help an old lady get up, but your hands are filled up with barbecue."
That story's helping me get up. Okay. Does your grandma have teeth?
She have what?
Does she have teeth?
Teeth?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I never went.
I'm just saying the story. The story would be hotter if she didn't have teeth. That's what I'm saying.
I never looked at her mouth that closely. No, I try to keep some distance. I don't know, man. Maybe we should ban old people from eating pulled pork with barbecue sauce on it.
Sure.
Can we approve that?
We can label that under Underdawgs. If you're ever on the show, that's what you. That's what.
Also, like if I go on a date with a girl and she's eating pulled barbecue and the sauce kind of goes all over her mouth, that's kind of
Yeah, I feel like if we had voted for Cuomo, he would have put that in place to ban old women from eating barbecue pork. I'm personally
Well, because he killed them all. So there really wasn't.
Yeah. Personally, I'd be for it. I love watching old ladies struggle. Mm-hmm. Right? Sorry.
Sound guy? Yeah.
I think that's the first time I saw you smiling today.
Yeah. I brought joy to my heart just picturing it in my head. You know?
Mm-hmm. Well, anything else we want to cover before we wrap up?
No.
Okay. No. I'll sign us off. Thank you so much, Dos Palmas, for having us. Thank you, Lanny Farmer, for being our guest this week.
I'd like to point out to the cameras, because they didn't see this. About 40 people got up and left during this thing, and I'm pretty proud of that, and that makes me feel good.
Lanny Farmer.
Yeah.
You're buying shots tonight.
What?
You're buying me a shot tonight.
I buy you a shot?
Buy me a
Was
shot.
I that bad?